Hello, and welcome to the second installment of Road to Nowhere. This week's guest is Nik Sevigny from the, I forgot again. Oh yeah, that's right, Stone Free, yes, the Jimi Hendrix tribute band. I don't know, I worked too many fucking hours. It's just insane and whatnot, as you see. We have
might have threw you off a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, you know. We're here at Nik's studio, so to speak. We're surrounded by thousands and thousands of waves.
Don't say it. Don't give everybody the
Okay.
break it in no time.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, there's nothing here.
I'm very honored to be on this wonderful show. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
No problem. No problem.
You let's see. Warm-up question. What did I think up on the way here? Oh yeah, what was the last record you were listening to?
The last record I was listening to, which I actually am blown away by, was don't judge, but Lana Del Rey's new record, Ultraviolence. Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys produced it, and I think it's a phenomenal record. You know, it's very emo chick music, but I think, you know, she's got one of those things that she does what she wants to do. She sings what she wants to sing about, and you know, she's obviously got a following, and she's obviously phenomenal. And that was the last record I actually downloaded and bought, supported it, and listened to it. It was great.
I actually heard a lot about that. I heard a lot about her, but I've never actually listened to her stuff. But everybody says pretty much the same exact thing of what you just
pretty
said.
much like if you took like Marilyn Monroe's Presence with like I want to say like there's Etta James in there, and there's Blondie, there's all kinds of, but she's just the way she puts the whole package together, and in music she stayed unique, which lately nowadays is very hard to do. Everything seems cookie cutterish, but she's done
biggest process.
Yeah, she's done a phenomenal job of making herself an individual, and it's great because the dude from the Black Keys produced it, and it's phenomenal. There's rock in there, and it's great. From what I heard, I read up about it because I was that interested in it, and she did it in 2 weeks.
Really?
She showed up with all the material and did it in 2 weeks.
That's something.
Yeah.
You don't hear that very often.
Well, he brought the musicians in, and she brought the material in, and she sang them live in the studio in 2 weeks. They did all the songs.
Oh, really?
So you got to respect that.
So they recorded it all the same, like they didn't just
her in front of a band.
Oh, really? So that's. You know,
and she's a chick. She's great. She's fun to look at. She's got a cool style. People love her.
I'm trying to think who does that. There's some producer. Oh, Steve Albini. He does that.
Yeah.
He does
a lot of those guys do that. Rick Rubin is famous for that too.
Yeah. Comes out really good actually. I prefer that recording over anything else. So Nik, tell a little bit about yourself.
I'm 6'4". I'm a big guy. No, I just you know, people who know me, I'm pretty approachable. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. I love music. I love to play guitar. I love Jimi Hendrix. I love the few handful of friends I have, and I love my family. And that's pretty much who I am. What you see is what you get with me. There's no real.
No, he's not lying.
Yeah, I'll say it how it is. I've lost some people in my life because of that, but
people can handle the truth.
Yeah, that's it. You know, I'm happy. I've come a long way in 31 years, and I'm happy to be here.
It's crazy to think you're only a year older than me.
Fucking old, man. I feel it.
Dude,
sorry for the F-bomb too.
Oh no, we're gonna swear. Who cares? This is not work safe at all.
All right.
It's not gonna
we got a vodka drink going too.
Yeah, we got a vodka drink going down on the floor here, so I mean things are gonna get a little.
Thanks to PS Consulting too, Paul Sevigny. Check him out. Shameless plug.
Hey, plug what you got. But you'll have plenty of time for that later on. How long have you been making music?
Being serious about playing an instrument. My mother always had phenomenal music, and also I say this like every time I play a gig or every time I talk to somebody. My mom had like the best record collection. You know, all like old Springsteen, just Stevie Nicks stuff, like, you know, real good, well put together songs. You know, Jackson Browne, Tom Petty. She always had the greatest stuff. So I was always listening to it, and then I think I had a little like toy guitar when I was young, and I used to just bang on that. And I would always like I learned how to play some chords, but honestly, making music and like trying to play songs and learning records and like I said, I've always loved Jimi Hendrix, but I loved him even before as a guitar player. But probably for 10 years, this year will probably make 10 years that I've been really going at it hard, trying.
Something I didn't know. I thought you went even longer than that. Actually.
No, I was a late bloomer.
So, aside from Jimi Hendrix, what would you say your influences would be?
Well, I always liked Hendrix, but like when I heard him, I didn't think like it was possible to play his stuff just because everything I read about him when I was a kid. But when I first really started getting into guitar, people like Stevie Ray Vaughan, brought me, almost showed me like a different side of Hendrix because he would cover some of his stuff. And then I did what everybody should do if they're into somebody who's new and relevant, is to go back and find out who they were digging from, like who they were studying from and who they were copying. Because if you're a guitar player or any kind of instrument and you're into a certain guy, if you find out who he paid attention to and who he studied, it will all fall in your lap. Like, I'm not saying you'll be able to play overnight, but it's almost like it's like a cheat sheet. You can see where they took it from. So that's what I did. So my if you had to categorize it, my main guys would be like Albert King, who is famous for all that big, all that bending stuff like that, and Hendrix, and I have to say too, like as far as I have to say pretty much those two as far as my musical taste. Like a lot of my solos, or if I write an original song, they'll be along those lines of that vein. It won't always be a blues, but it'll be categorized with them. Like you'll hear the most of them in my playing, and then like newer guys like Doyle Bramhall, who's phenomenal. I got to meet a few months back, and that was great because I've been digging him for a while. New guy Philip Sace, J.D. Simo, great, just young cats that play vintage gear and have vintage tones and just blow your mind every time they play. That's who I'm influenced by. And then also too, I can listen to like Prince on the way into come driving home from work, and I'll come home and try to learn the whole Purple Rain record overnight.
It's a good record.
It's just what I'm a guitar player, so you try to learn everything.
Oh, yeah.
But pretty much everything on the radio I'll get influenced by. Anything, I have a pretty big record collection. Anything I can get influenced by, I'll listen to it and give it a shot.
It's quite an extensive record collection you got there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something.
It happens. I don't do drugs, so.
all your what would have been drug money goes to records.
I spent my money on records and guitars.
It just goes to vinyl and guitars. That's perfect. That's man. Whatever keeps you off the streets.
It's better than smoking crack.
Yeah, it's better than smoking crack. Don't smoke crack. Buy records.
Buy records.
Buy records. I wish I had a fucking record player. I've been talking about that for a while. I was like, man, I need a fucking record player.
Are you trying to say you have a crack problem?
Well, I'm trying to say I have a crack problem. Get knock this shit off, man. I gotta clean myself up. Get up off the streets.
It's tough in them streets.
Yeah, it's tough in them mean streets of Bristol.
Next question.
Next question. I'm pushing you right along here.
No, I just
I know.
The dead air is scary.
No, I understand. Now I know Stone Free is not your only project. Can you tell us about what other projects you've been leading up to Stone Free?
Yes, I will. I had a really cool. There was a band that I was very lucky to be a part of. It was a band called Sold, and it was with another local Bristol person who's just got natural raw talent. Erin Micheletti, she was singing. Adam Askew was on bass. Rob Coyne's on drums, and I was playing guitar. And it was like it was just a free funk rock blues diggity band, and we had like 10 original songs almost, and that was a lot of fun because it let me play how I wanted with all musicians that played all different styles. So you got to mash up all these different styles of people. And actually, as of late, I've been talking to Erin. We're gonna try to do like a duo, write some tunes, just do some pretty heavy, cool riff stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, I'm really just motivated on the Hendrix thing because it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I sought it out, and I'm not to pat myself in the back, but when we do it, it's heavy and it's hard, and it sounds pretty raw. So I'm really digging that right now. You know, but like again too, I'll play anything. I'll play with anybody anywhere. I just love to play. It's not about the money for me. It's just about doing what I like to do.
I don't know if you saw Rob's interview that I did with him a couple weeks ago, but he did mention about your first show that you guys played and how people were just saying, you know, you can't do this, blah blah blah, and you just knocked doors down. You just blew people away.
Well, there was a lot of we contacted them to play, and the crowd there, because of the age gap of the, you know, God rest her soul, Lady Nancy that passed away. It was, you know, 45, 50-year-olds, and, you know, I can remember I knew a couple of guys that were playing, and I showed up with my gear, and they were like, what are you, roadieing for somebody? And I said, no, I'm playing, and they were like, well, what are you playing? I said, I'm doing the Hendrix thing. And they were like, yeah? Hendrix? Who's playing guitar? I said, I am. And so I can remember it when we went on to play, there was, you know, 3 or 4 of them just standing in the front, kind of like, let's see this, you know. And we had gotten a lot of flack because, you know, we're 30 and under.
Yeah.
And we're playing music from, you know, 67, 68, 69, 1970, and we're you know.
Yeah, these kids don't know.
Yeah, citing that catalog, and they were like, well, how are you going to do it? And then, you know, 3, 4 songs in, I looked behind me, and all the guitar players were sitting behind my amp just watching it happen, you know. And that was, you know, the turnout and the amount of support. We played our first show, our first gig as a band, showed up there, did the gig, packed up and left. Wednesday morning, we were on the front page of the Bristol Phoenix, and like, you know, the Facebook page boomed. We have a facebook.com stonefreeexp. That boomed. That went crazy. You know, people were asking us when's the next time we can see you play. And the following week, we played a full show, a 3-hour show at the Common Pub, and it was wall to wall people. And I looked over at my bandmates and I said, we might be onto something here, you know.
Yeah,
that show was pivotal just because we went there as to say, like, here's a tip to the hat, you know, let give us a shot, we'll do our best for you. And it was loud, it was heavy, and everybody was into it, which was good.
Yeah, everybody was down.
I was very happy with that, you know.
That's for sure.
Because you also get to, you know, it's Bristol, Rhode Island. There's not too many. Everybody knows everybody. So to be able to do that.
Okay, if somebody blows a fart in this town, somebody down the road knows.
Fair enough. But to be able to do that for, you know, local people, and, you know, see, you know, it's like a sign of respect, and to get the positive feedback we got back from it, it was a win-win in all cases. You know, it was for a good cause. It was great for us. It was nothing but beneficial to everybody involved, and you know, I was very happy. I would do it again.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. This question doesn't necessarily apply to Stone Free, but it could. What would you say would be the best gig that you ever played with whatever project, and what would you say would be the worst? You don't want to shit on anybody, you don't have to.
No, I'm not afraid to take shits. The best gig for me was probably the benefit for a few different reasons. One, because my when the Phoenix came out, you know, my mother, my 2 brothers, and my sister-in-law, who's about to drop a baby any day now. Can't wait to see you, Violet.
Boom.
But they were on the front page, you know, and that to me was like, you know, not saying, you know, the attention was on me, but to be able to do that, and I came pretty far, both mentally and physically, I guess, in the last 2 years. So I had a lot. I was struggling with being able to do that, being able to turn people on, and being able to get people excited about what I do and what we do as a group, and then for that to happen, and, you know, everybody to be like, holy shit, I couldn't believe you guys did that. You guys just came out of nowhere and did it. That was probably the best gig. My worst gig, follow this one.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I won't mention the band I played with, but I had to play a benefit for somebody named Joe that had passed away in Portsmouth. and I played the benefit, and I played Hey Joe.
All right, this wasn't what I was thinking. I was thinking.
Which one were you thinking?
I was thinking of that one with that one band you were with at the Common Pod where you just had this face in between sets. You were just like.
Oh, it could have been.
Yeah.
But this one to me sticks out. So I played the song Hey Joe, and it's all about a guy finding out who his old lady is screwing around, so he goes and he shoots her. Luckily for me, I play Hey Joe, and come to find out the guy, Joe, they had the benefit because he shot himself because his wife. So I was that guy. Nobody filled me in until after the set.
Oh my God.
That was probably
wow.
Worst gig I've ever played.
I don't know what to say to that.
Worst
that
gig.
Sucks.
2 words for you. Unbelievable.
Oh my God, that sucks. This question.
And the Common Pub's hit or miss. If the band's on, the Common Pub's going to be good. If the band's bad,
they'll let you know.
But it's the Common Pub. It's a great place.
That's a classy establishment. This question is a little bit similar. What is the best and worst place you've ever played?
Worst place I've played.
Like, what place were you at? And you're just like, man, everything about this sucks. Everything sucks. The sound sucks. Everything sucks. The crowd sucks.
Oh, I played at the Tiverton Rod and Gun Club,
Huh?
and I played in the biggest room imaginable, and there was about 100 tables set up, and there was 15 people in the whole place. And I couldn't put my amp on one. Everybody kept telling me I'm too loud. And nobody clapped. Nobody had anything to say about the music. Nothing. Nobody was into it. They were just there for their free macaroni dinner or whatever it was. And that was the shittiest place to play, because when you're really going for it and you're trying to like get people turned on, and the room is, 200 feet by 200 feet, and everybody's over in the corner, it's kind of tough. It's almost like it's a practice, and nobody was digging it. And it wasn't us, we were playing all the hits, like not all the hits, but all the things like that crowd, Skinner, stuff like that. And it's too loud, everybody just wanted to enjoy their meat and potatoes. And the best as far as sound-wise, was actually, I just got back from Colorado, and
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I just got back from Colorado. My friend is he's a musician, and I just got out there, and the sound and the stage was really, really nice there. Around here, I think the best spot I played, as far as sound guys really caring about how you sound, and neatness, keeping everything clean, and really doing it right, was probably the Spot Underground. I played over there, and on my birthday a couple of years back, and that was nice. The sound guy was really, really nice, and they knew how to like add echo to your sound when you needed it, and they made the singer sound big, and that was really good.
Yeah, they do a really good job over there.
Nice place too,
It is a nice place.
They put a lot of work into it, so that was pretty good.
What was that place before? What was it called? It was called something.
Not the Call.
I think it was the Call. I've been to a few shows there, and everything sounded really good, I believe.
Yeah, they did a really, really good job. They redid it, couches everywhere, and places for people to sit, which is really nice. Somebody who cares about what they got going on.
Yeah, somebody actually puts in the effort rather than having a little shithole.
Yeah.
I mean, places like the living room were fine. They didn't have very clean anything. I think it was fucking gross. Can't ask that question.
Why not?
Tour stories? Never been on tour, have you?
Oh, I mean,
I guess you can count. You can count, like
No, I've done. I know, but I've driven far. I've done. Just as a musician, the worst thing and the inevitable always happens. The van breaks down at night.
No, yeah.
Or people don't want to pay you. Other than that, it's nice, But no, I'm not a professional musician. I have a day job.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Next question. This one's the curveball question, but I can't think of a really good curveball, so instead I'm going to ask you about your pedal board, your gear, everything.
For the for like if I'm going to do like a pickup gig or somebody needs me to play, I'll usually have like a you know, a newer wah pedal, some kind of echo delay, some kind of chorus effect, a drive, like, you know, an overdrive, and probably a fuzz and a tuner, and I can, you know, I can use somebody's amp and pretty much get what I want. For the Hendrix stuff, for like studio use, I use all vintage stuff. I have a 1968 Vox script wah that's 100% original. Two older Univibes, the old ones that Jimmy used. Old fuzz faces and an old Echoplex. For gigging, I just got this really nice, this new Chase Tone script wah, which is a remake, 100% remake of the old ones. They're phenomenal. I also got him to make me a fuzz face, and you know, I try to replicate. I try to get as close to the original sound like those older guys were getting. So I'll test and try pedals and send them back and whatever. But you know, and just Stratocasters. I love Strats.
I think it would. No, go ahead.
What's that?
I was about to say, I think it would be absolutely great if you just, speaking of the sound that they had, if you could actually record something and then get it on vinyl.
Oh yeah, that old sound. I would love to do. I would love to do a record, even if like we only did 3 for each of the members in the band, just to have, you know what I mean, and then the rest would be CD. But I'd like to do a live show, a live Hendrix show, with our own twist on it, you know, and there's some, you know, hoops you have to jump through, but I have a couple of contacts and I could see if that's a possibility. But I would like to record something. But if I'm trying to get the sound out there, I just try to get as close, you know, whatever I can do to get as close to the original sound. And my super bass back there is it's pretty high power. It's built pretty right. You know, it's modified for different rooms basically, and that's pretty much all I need. You know, 12-inch speakers, high-powered speakers, and fuzz and a wah. I'm good.
That's all I need.
That's it. That's all I need.
That's all I need. That's all I need. Do you have any pre-show rituals or practices, or you just kind of hang out?
I will. I'll walk around, chord stuff, like, you know, just play stuff or noodle around, get comfortable with it, make sure all my guitars are in tune, keep them away from, like, you know, if the doors are open and there's a cold draft coming in or something like that, I'll keep them away so they stay up to temperature. And I won't listen, like, a day before. I won't play at all. And, like, you know, as I'm warming up or like throughout the day, I'll listen to like old school, like Run DMC or like Tribe Called Quest or Public Enemy, just to totally fill my head with something totally different. So I know it sounds ridiculous, and I'm not famous, so why should I be doing any of this? But when I go up and play, it's totally off the cuff. Like, it's not like I'm trying to play what I just heard 15 minutes ago, listen to my headphones, listen to Hendrix stuff. You know, I just try to play like anything that's right on my mind at that moment. I'll just try to play that. So my real ritual is I won't eat either. I don't eat the day of. No. The nerves. I don't want to shit my pants while I'm playing.
I guess.
No, not only that. I just want to go up hungry too. You know. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll listen to like totally nothing that I'm trying to play like, sound like. I'll just listen to old school hip hop or, you know, whatever I can. But just to totally take me out of the element. That way, when I get up and I play, it's 100% what's on my mind at the time. It's nothing. There's nothing preconceived. You know, nothing planned.
Makes a lot of sense, actually. Makes a lot of sense. If you could create a band with any musician, either alive or dead, who would you pick? And what would they play?
Like if I was in the band, or I was just putting together a super group.
If you were in the band, but you were putting together the group.
All right. Well, first of all, I would just want to sit in the front row and watch, but I would have.
All right. That's
I would have Jimi Hendrix on lead guitar. I would have John Frusciante on rhythm guitar. I'd probably have Buddy Miles on bass, and I'd have Buddy Miles on drums, and I'd have Jocko on bass, because he was just a monster and he fit that vibe to me. You know, he could wail. So that would be my super group, and I would just be lucky enough to sit there and watch that.
That sounds awesome.
Intense.
Yeah, that does sound intense.
I would sometimes think Ginger Baker on drums, but I think Ginger Baker would try to overpower Hendrix, and because you have to understand, if you did any research on those guys, that's how they were. So, I think Jimmy would play 7 times harder, and he would just try to be a guitar player. But I think like his music was phenomenal too. And now I got to think of a singer too, right? Somebody's gonna sing that stuff. Maybe as a songwriter, man, I like that. Maybe like James Brown. James Brown is a front man. James Brown is a front man. Hendrix is a lead guitar player.
Oh man.
Yeah, John Frusciante playing those rhythm stuff. Oh,
that would be fucking
yeah.
wild.
That you'd sell places out. You'd have no problem selling out the Common Pub.
Oh, in a heartbeat. It's hard to sell out too. But
I've done
it. I believe it. I was on the guest list.
That's right, you were. Took care of you. Made sure you got yourself a vodka drink.
There you go. With this band, if you can name 3 other bands to play with them, who would you name?
On a bill?
Yeah.
Like local bands or famous bands?
Whatever. Either or. Anything Rick Kinsilla's doing?
Who? Oh, I'd like to play. I would like to eventually be on a thing where a lot of the local tribute acts, like do something where it's like a day-long event to where all like the tribute bands that are actually can hold their weight. You go there because then you're gonna see like an AC/DC tribute band and an Aerosmith band and a Rage Against the Machine band and even the Tool band and things like that, the Dead band. Like there's a lot of tribute bands that you guys out there have no idea how much time is spent listening to records and pausing and rewinding to play a part right that somebody who's wasted in a bar is not going to care about. But to you, that's the work you put in, It's like a guy that maintains his lawn. Nobody gives a shit driving by, but he wants, he maintains it because he wants it to look good. And us, we're up there because we want it to sound good, so.
I can't tell you how many times my brother's been, he's been listening to something, stopping, playing that part again, trying to get it just perfect.
Yeah, because that's your seasoning on your piece of steak, that's what you're doing. As far as bands around here, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I think I would like to play places. Like I would like to go into places and have people get off on us and respect us and be like, you guys did good. I mean, to me, that's only going to come with time. I really do believe that with time and enough, the band gelling more and more as we play, that will sound good. But look, bands around here, or like if I could be on a band, like on a spot. See, I like different shit, man. I mean, that'd be so hard. Like Gary Clark Jr. I get to tweet with his guitar player, and I think he's great. Pearl Jam's been one of my favorite bands forever. I've seen them so many times with my brother Paul. Thanks to Paul that introduced me to Pearl Jam.
The band's evolved so well too.
And then the Stones. I mean, I probably like if you could have a night of like that. Pearl Jam and the Stones, I think I could. You go see Pearl Jam and the Stones, I would die. I would be happy. You know what I mean? That's great.
If it hasn't happened, I'm sure at some point, if they can negotiate it, that will happen.
That would be pretty heavy. But I mean, I play. As long as it fits the genre. Like I'm not gonna go up and play with Donnie and Marie Osmond, but
that would be great.
I'll play with it. If anybody ever asks me to play, that's one thing about me. I will not say no. As long as the whole band can do it, and you want to hear Jimi Hendrix, and we're not just Hendrix. We incorporate other songs. We understood that going into it that we have to play other stuff too to keep people entertained, and we do that. But if there's ever a time where anybody ever asks me to play, very seldom I'll get a no unless I cut my finger or something like that. But I'll play anywhere, anytime, because that's what I like to do.
Yeah, that's good.
Motherfucker.
Do you have any future plans with this project, or are you just gonna go with the flow, or?
We just, we have some gigs coming up that are going to be pretty pivotal, and
you got a big one coming up.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later. I want to. The only thing I really want to do is just I want to play. I'd be happy playing, you know, once, twice a week, and I want to be that band that we played. We played June 7th. We played at the Common Pub, and I had like almost like a surreal moment because I had said that I just want to like turn people on to his music. You know, everybody knows who he is, but nobody ever listens to him. But then at one point during the night, there's a song where you sing a line, and then the line gets repeated back to you, and these 22, 23-year-old girls and young kids, they were right in front of me, and they were all doing it, and I was like, oh, it can happen, you know? The energy has to be right, and the whole vibe has to be right, but future plans are just to play, get out there, get noted as like, hey, if you go see these guys, they're gonna blow your fucking ears off your head, but it's gonna be good, you know?
Yeah.
And just to be respected and be that band that comes in, does what they're supposed to do, and then leaves.
Sounds pretty solid to me.
You know, that's all I could ask for in the future.
I thought of a good curveball question.
All right, hit me with it.
All right, Vanilla Ice or ICP?
I'm gonna go with Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice only because he used the riff of "Play That Funky Music, White Boy." But he was doing it. He was doing it first, and he had it. You can't, if you're alone in your car, you can't tell me that when Ice Ice Baby comes on, you don't fucking give it a couple of clicks of volume.
Kidding me? All the way up.
Yeah, exactly.
I've blown speakers.
Exactly. So
I have.
Don't hate on it, but ICP, no, that's not my thing.
Yeah. All my juggalos are upset.
Well,
all my juggalos.
You're gonna have to come find me.
All one of them that I know of. That I know of. I don't know. There's probably more the closet. I don't know. Hoo-ha, whatever. Can't believe I mentioned ICP.
That's all right. It happens.
But I was like, you gotta think of something random.
No, that's all right. You know?
Nah, it's cool. Juggalo. I just had to say juggalo.
You want to know how to... All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
No,
you go.
No. All right, fine. This is the section of the interview where you give out any shout-outs, any plugs. You want to talk about anything in the world, doesn't matter. You can even talk about the Ebola virus coming to Atlanta.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's wild as shit.
I don't really care. I mean, if I'm dying, I want to go out and have fun, you know?
There you go. We're having an Ebola party.
Just rock and roll, hoochie coo.
Just lighting Ebola.
I'd like to thank everybody who's supported me. My mom, down over at the Bristol Family Restaurant. You guys probably all know her. She's my best friend. My brothers. Like, I couldn't ask for the best two brothers because we support each other. We're like the tightest tight can be, you know. My band, the guys in my band, Chase Tone for making great pedals. I'd like to thank my Seattle family, Randy Hansen, Kevin Philo, and all those guys that, you know, took me under their wing and hooked me up. Everybody who goes to the show and stays, and, you know, when we start playing, they get into it and they feel that groove. Anybody who's got any kind of soul in their body, I thank you for going out and supporting live music. Because that's the thing. I just want to stress this, and I don't know, this may be the time to do it or not, but there's definitely an energy like that comes when we're up there like sweating and playing for you and digging in and all that. We feed off of everything that you guys do. It's not us just playing loud. So if you react to stuff and you're into it and you're feeling what we're putting down, it only gets better from there, you know. And that's part of our job. I get self-conscious every time I play because I'm like, oh man, I wonder if I'm going to turn them on. And usually like 4 or 5 songs in, everybody's usually moving around and they're having a good time now. And oh, look, he's, you know, playing with his teeth or whatever. Like, you do some kind of stage trick or whatever and you get a reaction out of somebody. And that's fun. But the people who dig it and they groove and they're into it and they come up to you afterwards and they're like, oh my God, that was great. Or, you know, thank you so much. I thank you guys because you guys are feeling what we're giving out. And, you know, anybody, you know, Mullins Music who helps me out, Fender Guitars, they're 60 years, they're celebrating the Stratocaster, thank you very much. 50 years, something like that. Just, Road to Nowhere for doing this. Everybody who just comes to see live music this day and age, where you could go download it on your iPod and just listen to it there and hit play. There's so much more into it, Cost of strings, cost of cables, cost of pedals, cost of tubes for your amps, all that stuff. Gas money. It's not, for the few $100s we're getting paid to come play for you, we're not getting rich. We're going to show you what our passion is, and that's pretty much it, So thank you, all you fuckers out there.
That was very well said, though. That was very well said.
It's just that's the honesty, That's the only thing I struggle with. I can, if a room is busy and I know people are excited, I'll, it's almost like from the first note, you're just into it. But if everybody's kind of sitting in the back and, they're afraid to come up to the stage because they don't want to be the first person, like at the senior prom, the junior prom, nobody wants to walk up and dance. Like, come at us, we feed off you guys. The energy you guys give is only going to make us, all right, they want it. And then you give it to them harder, and that's all I can say. That really helps us play better.
Yeah, I couldn't stress that enough. God damn it.
It's all right. It happens. You're a local celebrity. You got your own blog show. You might want to check that.
What?
Check it. No, check it.
Want me to check it?
Yeah, check it.
All right, I'll check it. I'll see what it's
Could
about. And I'll read everybody what it is. New York Yankees are up 5-3 at the end of the 6th.
I got an email too. Let me check
You got
that.
an email? Okay, we'll check it.
All right.
All right.
We're all set.
We're all set? Everything's good?
Yeah, it was just the notification from my eBay.
Oh, yeah. My mom's big into eBay, too. She's, I think
She's doing good.
Yeah.
She's a secret assassin, that one.
My mom, when it comes to selling things, she's crazy. When she comes to buying things, she's crazy. She gets so many deals and stuff. I'm going off on a tangent.
We're still being recorded. You might want to watch out for that.
Yeah, this is going to be edited out. You guys are going to see this, so. All right. Anyways, I would like to thank Nick. Nick, thank you very much for being on this
Thanks
show.
for having me. I'm very honored.
I'm very honored to have you. I've been wanting to get you, and I finally had the opportunity. I said,
You got me.
This is going to be perfect. This is going to be absolutely perfect.
You got me for life. I'm a lifer.
Oh, you're a lifer. You're welcome back anytime you want. You can be like a background guest. We can do another interview on you, whatever. Do something like that.
Whatever you want to do. I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm like the yin to your yang.
This is me getting touched. Tune in what is it? Yeah, 2 weeks.
And also, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
It's a catchy little thing what Dave's doing. He's exploiting basically local talent, and it could branch out into all facets. And if you know somebody out there who's young and hungry, not food-wise hungry, but young and inspired and has a talent, and get in touch with Dave, and he would probably get in touch with them, because this is a really cool thing to show people's passions and what they can do. And I was very fortunate and very happy to do this, because it almost gives you a voice, on one of the greatest social media networks right now. So I thank Dave. I didn't mean to cut him off.
No, it's all right. Any nice words always do me good. That's for sure. It's a good way to get to my heart.
Yeah, it's fine there.
Anyways, what was it?
I'm gonna let you finish. No, go ahead.
All right, Kanye. Tune in 2 weeks from now. We will be having. What are we having? Oh yeah, that's right. We'll be having the New Hampshire thrash metal band Drive-By Bukkake. Now, I normally don't spoil and give guests away, but yeah, there's one. All right, Nick, you want to play us out?
Drive-By Bukkake?
Yeah, that's her name.
What's that about?
I don't know. About being gross. They're gross. They're not frequent bathers. Nick, you want to play us out?
Sure, let's do a blues.